Test, 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 test. Right, you should be sorted. Well, there we go. Hopefully you should all be able to hear me now. Just had a minor icky up with the feed. So yeah. So hopefully now everything should be back to working as normal. Yeah, it just seems like they had a minor icky up. So that's now sorted. So hopefully now everything should be back to normal. So yeah, welcome to the show, and here's another Scale Model Ninja. So tonight we'll be carrying on working on the 1/35th scale Huey Venom, or Viper, sorry, not Venom. Do apologise about the mic problems, but these things happen when you go live. And yeah, we thought we had everything working correctly, but obviously not. So yeah, it's all sorted now anyway. So hopefully you should be able to hear me fine. If so, great. So tonight, as I said, I've actually done a bit more work on the Viper, where I've got most of all the painting work finished on it now. So I'll show you that in a minute. I've also been working on a couple of little figures from my Warhammer collection. So I'll be showing you them also in a minute. But tonight we'll be mainly doing the decals. But I've got a little trick that I actually use if I've actually accidentally put glue fingerprints onto clear parts. So I don't know if anybody else uses this little trick, but it's one that I actually use. And I'm just going to do a quick little demonstration of that in a little while. And hopefully you might like it. So yeah. So we'll just go into chat quickly. And it looks like we've got David from Sprue and Glue. He's in first. He's saying hi Ross, Christine and chat. And we've got Hugh Gordon in saying evening Ross, Cora and Dave. And Eden and Charlie, which is Mrs. M. And she's on the wrong profile then, but never mind. So then she says Cora Pink. And she goes, hi Hugh, on right profile now. So just me saying hi to you and then saying no Mike Ross. Yep, okay, yep. Sorting that one out now. And then Cora Pink saying all good. And Hugh Gordon saying all good now. And we've got JC Bricks and Builds in. He's saying evening Ross and everyone in chat. Good evening mate and welcome to the show. You missed all the fun bit at the start of it, never mind. And then we just got Cora Pink saying hi to James. So, oh, Stalker's been in already. Thank you for the interaction. Much appreciated. And looks like we've just got Marcus Braun just joining us, and he's saying evening Ross and all. Good evening Marcus, welcome to the show. So yeah, what the Scooby-Doo, yeah. Got things popping up on here for some strange reason. Never mind, got rid of them. Okay, so we'll change over to Matcam, and there we go. So you can see the instruction decals for them, which we're starting on them in a minute. Put them there. But as I said, first of all, I will go through a little trick that I've learned, well, which I use myself. Now, as you know, we all hate it when we've got little fingerprints on clear pieces of plastic. And I've only used this because it's actually very similar makeup to the clear parts that you get on your model. So you can see clear smudgy fingerprints. So how I deal with them is I'll get my blade and I'll do this. Scrape it back a little bit. And then I've taken off the rough edges. So it's all nice and flat. So I'm leaving that a little bit so you can see the difference. Then what I do is I'll get some of the gloss paint, the clear gloss. Now this is the enamel based one, so it does a better job of it, I've found. I'm about to do this tonight, so I made a couple of little tiny fingerprint marks on the canopy from this. So, and what I do is basically go over with clear gloss and lo and behold, it all goes clear again. Not perfect, but it's better than looking at the dirty fingerprint mark. So yeah, so then you just leave that to dry, and then like it does on what I've done on the other side here, and you can barely see any of the fingerprint. So yeah, that's the little trick I use anyway for getting rid of fingerprints on clear parts or any marks or scratches or anything like that. And if you've got like usually if you've got like a semi-deep scratch, you can use the actual gloss then to fill it, and it does actually destroy the one. That's how it clears that up anyway. Well, that's how I do it anyway, and it's worked for me so far. So there we go. Brush it out. That one's an enamel, and there we go. There we go. So getting back over in that hold it. So tonight we'll be putting the decals on the Hui Venom. As you can see, she's now all together and done. So I've only got to put the main rotor and tail rotor on. Well, there's the main rotor, which we have all sorted. And then there's the little tail rotor. So these, lucky enough, just push on. So if you do ever take it to a show and like that, you haven't got to worry about dealing with these parts that can get damaged or anything like that. So you can literally just pull it off and then lay it flat into a box. Hence the reason why I've lifted them off for the time being. So I'll move them back out of the way. So I've made a decision of which one of the wipers we're going to do, and it is the sharp mouth, of course. So what I'm going to do, like I normally do, is I'll find the pencil. There, you need that, and we'll start off with the common decals. So I normally start from the back and then work my way forward from one side to the other. As you can see, we've got all the weapons pods and everything done. I did them the other day, so I thought, well, wanting to move on to something different. So we'll just get this to the point where we can actually then crack on. So, and the wife has already chosen my next build, and that will be the EC3 AWACS. Now, it was a decision whether or not to do the NATO markings, because it's the 50th anniversary one, or the standard US Air Force one. But I will be doing the US Air Force, which is grey and white, and I'll be showing you that build in a little while. So we're going to start off with the common markers. Now these, I'm going to start off with these first, which are the reflector strips. Now these are for navigation, if I remember rightly. They glow in the dark. And for formation markings. So we just need to get them on. And we'll separate these in pairs. So all I generally do with these, Microsol, yeah, I mainly use Microsol and Microset. That's the two parts that I use. Now the only thing about using it with the Academy decals is that sometimes if you leave it too long, they will generally start getting really flimsy and then fold up on themselves. So you do have to be a bit careful. All I do is dip it in like so, and then it's all ready to rock and roll. So you give it a couple of seconds and hopefully it should come loose fairly quickly. They usually do. Now that's just being awkward. Okay, we've got and you've got Cora Pink saying hi to James, and you've got Marcus Bronze saying evening Ross and all, and then you've got Cora Pink saying hi to Marcus, and you've got JC Bricks and Bill saying hey Cora and hey to Marcus, and we've got Marcus Bronze saying hi Cora and James. So there we go. First one, we're going to there. One. Oh, I do need cotton bud. Get one. Oh. See at the moment. Yeah, the first two in place. And we'll do the same with this one, just give it a quick dip. So, what's everybody been working on this week then? As I said, I've been working on that one, but I did say I was going to actually show you the other things I've been working on as well. I'll just get these done, and then I'll show you what else I've been working on in a minute. It doesn't take very long at all for these to separate off the backing. Okay, now that one's in place. And you gently go over with the cotton buds. And it sits it down nicely like that. And the same on this one. That gets that to sit down nicely. Okay, so on the top there. First side done. I'll just spin it round and then we can get this other side. Okay. Yes, the wife's been playing around with the old Christmas holiday card video thing that she's been doing on Facebook. Well, not Facebook, on YouTube or whatever it is. Oh, and the second stalker's been in. Thank you for your interaction. Much appreciated. The interactions that count. The thumbs down, I don't give a damn about. Because it just means you've actually come in to watch the stream for about 30 seconds. And there you go. It all helps with the statistics on my channel. So I don't really care. It does make me laugh though when you get them. They pop in just purely to do that. There we go. If they want to be sad enough to do that just because they've want to do something stupid like that, but hey ho. Whatever gets their rocks off. The way I see it, I must be doing something right if I'm actually taking up free rent space in their heads to make them think they're going to come in and annoy me by doing that. But they're actually not doing any harm. Which is quite funny. But then one. Okay. So yeah, the next build that I'll be doing will be the EC3 AWACS or E3 AC AWACS, I should say. Now that one is again quite a big model, but it's only in 70-second scale. But it will take up quite a bit of space, so it means I'm going to have to clear the desk just slightly for the amount of room that it's going to take to get done. But hey ho. This will be the second AWACS that I'll be building. The first one got destroyed by the mighty midgets. Upstairs we're using it for target practice in their bedroom. So in the end it just gave me another excuse to build another one. Some navigation markings on. Or formation markings I should say. And then we've got these two here now. Let's see. 31. Now this one I'll probably end up needing some microsol on this one to hopefully conform it into the recessed area. Where's 32? Okay, so 31E. This one's got a bit of a recess to go into. And then we'll take these two off as well, because we need both of them. So, dip it in, and that goes soft. Trim back the excess from there, otherwise I can't dip it. So put that there. So that just marks it as literally one's left and right. Fairly easy to tell which one's which, like, but sometimes easier just to leave it there. Bit of rubbish in it. So that should now be loose enough. Yep, it's good. There we go. Nope. And this one I'm literally taking the excess off straight away. So what I'm going to do now is I'll need another brush, just so I can actually use the Microsol on that. I'm just going to put some over the top of it, because this then should hopefully, and just leave it a few seconds, and it should just soften the decal off enough for it to go into so it should hopefully then help form around and into the recess, and then get rid of all the bent lines and everything, any sort of like parts that don't belong there. So yep, there we go. And then that just then forms it. I don't know if you can't really see it on this one, but just here it just forms it into the actual recess, and it allows the decal to stretch. Let's see, you've got Marcus Bronze saying had pork schnitzel with oven roasted cauliflowers, broccoli and chips with a cheese sauce. Very nice. Then we've got Colin from Festa67 Workshop in saying hi, Colin, saying hi to Ross. Moi. Good evening, Cole. Welcome to the show. Then we've got Cora Pink saying greetings. Video not finished yet here, but do have some Christmas videos on my Eden Enchanted channel. Thank you for the sub. Fair enough. Then we've got Hugh saying, well, Marcus Brown saying, hey Colin, hey Hugh. And then we've got Hugh Gordon saying, evening Colin. And then Cora Pink saying, sounds yummy, Marcus. We have some pork chops in the fridge ready for tonight's dinner. Yep. And she's saying hi to Colin. And you've got Hugh Gordon saying hi to Marcus. And you've got Colin saying hi to Marcus, hi to Hugh, and hi to Cora Pink. So yes, just a quick recap, Colin. I've got all the paintwork done on the Huey. We are now having fun putting decals on. And I did just show one of my little tips for getting rid of fingerprints on the clear parts that you just missed out on. One. You're not going to go in that way, are you? I'll force it down that way. There we go. Okay. Shouldn't need that for a little while. Can put that back on so we don't end up spilling it all over the face. Let's move this weird. We need you. And we've got Model Maker Dave's in. Good evening, Dave. How you doing? And you got Cora Pink saying hi to Dave, and then hi to Hugh. And you got Hugh saying evening, Dave. Need this one first. This is what the part I don't like, because sometimes this happens where they fold over. Like that. See, one thing I don't want it to do, because I've left it too long. So, flatten on. Right. There we go. I'll put it on. Will it get ruined even more? Oh, come on, you swine. This is the one thing I didn't want it to do. Yep, it's just going to play silly buggers now. That's it. This is the one part I hate, because it's when you do this and you accidentally leave it a bit too long, and then they decide to fold over on themselves. You've got to be very, very careful and just tease it back over. Okay. And these are low vis decals that are going onto this, so it's a bit awkward to actually see them at the moment. And with this one, to stop that from happening again, I'm going to have to, where's my little wand, bring this one over, I'll put it onto the stand like so. There we go. And that way we've got them both sat in the right place. Move you just gently around a little bit. So. Okay. And there we go. That's the only thing I hate about the Academy decals. And they do not like it if they're left in the solution for too long. So you just have to be a bit careful when doing it. That's gone a bit crinkly, that one is. Oh, come here you go. I'm going to have to work a bit more on that one to get it flattened. There we go. That's got the creases out now. There we go. That's got the creases out. Excuse me. Yeah. Let's see. You got Cora Pink. Colin, you missed it. I forgot to do a mic check for Ross. Yeah, she screwed up. Hugh's got burgers in the belly tonight, beef olives in the slow cooker overnight for tomorrow. Nice. And then you got Colin saying lol, Cora Pink. And then we've got Cora Pink saying, oh, beef olive sounds yummy too. And you got Hugh Gordon, yes, it was a classic Cora. Fair enough. So on this I want the Darker Marines insignia. Which is M2, number 17. Good. I'll only do some of these tonight, but then I'll start getting the working on the AWACS, because I don't think you really want to see me sit here all night just putting decals on, because there's quite a few, especially the smaller ones. I'll do the main ones, and then we'll see what time we've got left after that, because I think if you're sitting here to watch me to actually put all the little mini stuff on, you'll probably get very, very bored very, very quickly, and we don't want that. So I'll put the main ones that can be seen on. That way you get a general idea, but it's just like all the little tiny decals. You don't really want to have to put up with watching me put them on, because they will take some time. And as you can see, there's quite a few of them that need to go on. So let me just swap over the one that I want, which is not that one. Where are you? Not that one. There it is. We've got the on there. So we should be able to work out where this marine marking's going. Again, so we're sticking them onto little freak. Come here, you. I don't want to do that. I just have. Yep, didn't want to do that. Go forward. That's it. No, come on, then. Just gonna hold that onto position. And hopefully we can get that in position like that. There we go. A little bit of it. And we'll put it along just gently. What I will do afterwards is I'll actually do a full matte varnish coat all over once this is all done. That way it's just helps seal everything down. And sometimes when using the Microsol and Microsoft stuff on it, they do leave little marks around the piece where you've actually done it, so the matte varnish will then hide and take that back. We'll get there. It also gets rid of the shininess of the mark, the actual stencils. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing afterwards. We'll go over with matte varnish, and then I'll hopefully post some pictures of it when I've finished all the other fun stuff of the decals with the smaller ones and everything like that for people to see it all together. We want the main marking for that one. There we go. There we go. There's that one in place. There we go. And next we want the number 16, which is the two little darker ones. Sadly, with this set, the markings don't have the actual high vis markings for the engine intakes. They only have the low vis. Which, never mind. I was hoping they would, but obviously not. Get these. The old doors. Just go right at the front there. And we want the fun part be on this one, we get actually trying to get the shark mouth decals to sit in the right place. In. My good lady's just brought me a nice cup of coffee, which will come in handy. Okay, put this one on before it goes too soft. Yeah. There we go. Oh. Why is it that you always get one that wants to actually play the awkward bugger? Stick to the bloody. There we go. For some reason I decided it was going to have fun and stick to me. Tweezers for some reason. Just wanted to be an awkward bugger. Yeah. There you go, that's that one in place. What I mean by leaving them to go a bit too long in the solution, they do become a bit awkward for some strange reason. But that's just, I just find that's mainly with the Academy decals. Other decals never have a problem, but it just seems to be Academy, they just like to stick to me tweezers. You don't want to come off for some strange reason. God knows why. That go and get these. Just trim out of there. So tail markings. Now, these are the ones I normally end up sort of making a bit of a mess up on. Tail markings, because I never seem to sit them in the right place. I do try, but these things happen. Okay, 1618961, which is the tail number, which is them two there. And we need number 47 as well. Oh, Mark was saying that's a wicked looking chopper. Thank you very much. We try our best. Oh, there we go. Should hopefully be in the right place. And nope, it's not. It's slightly low. Yeah, move it around a bit more. Okay. I should have now got it in the right place. The tail part of the marking. This one. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't generally do too many decals, because it can get a bit boring for people, especially if they're trying to watch a stream, and it's not really something you really want to watch, as far as I know. It's you want to see things being built and put together and sort of like sorted out. But it's one of the reasons why I'll try and just stick to doing these markings once they're done. I'll show you what she looks like with the tail and the main rotor on. Position. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. Yeah, no one. Okay. So, one of the main part is just try and make it look like it's no numbers on. Wait. Yeah, lucky enough there won't be many more to go, but we'll get the rest of the sharky mouth parts on. And then we'll have the fun part of changing over to the next build. Do. Okay. I'm gonna get from the But you can generally get the idea of what it's going to look like when she's had all the other smaller stuff on which you can't really see. You'll get a general idea of what it's going to look like. Yeah. That one ready to go in. Oh, I just stuck that in the wrong place. I have. Not a clever move, but then one. Oh. So, here we go. Yeah, you're in the right place. Okay. Okay, that's these already sorted. And fun part is, see these will come in. See if we can get these better in a better position. They're not just fully ready yet. Go. Well, I've got that one in the right, better place this time. So it'd be a lot better if you've got like more than one person on the show. And like when you're doing this sort of thing, because then you could have a one person chatting away and doing something else as well. But sadly, you've only got me. But we should hopefully having some new projects starting up in the new year, and we'll see how those go. And I'll be joining other YouTubers, and hopefully, as I said, we'll be able to get things sorted out ready for the new year. Bring that round slightly. There we go. That's them two ready. Now, the fun part we'll be doing actually the sharky mouth section next, and that's going to be a bit on the pain side by the looks of it. Somehow or other, got to slide that around into the back of there as well, without that causing any damage. Which I don't think is going to happen so easily, but we will endeavour to try. So here it goes. These ones go into there. You've done it again, didn't you? You just had to go and do it. Yep. Not looking what I was doing and leaving that to and it's gone folded. That's it. That's got it out. Better get that one off before it goes too long. Nope. Yeah, bubbles behind it. Gently roll that over, and then it gets it all out nicely. Just helps conform it a bit more. Same with the one. Okay. So now we're going to fun with the actual shark mouth. Now this part I knew was going to be a bit of a problem because I wonder, can I actually still get that out? Shouldn't be glued in. Yes, that's it. That should make life a bit easier. Because we've got this lovely long piece here. It's got to wrap all the way around there. And I've got a funny feeling I'm going to probably have to use a micro sole on this one. I'd actually do with these ones, especially long ones like this, I would normally trim them down a bit. Just so it makes it a little bit easier for handling and you don't have too much trying to open up in one go. So what I'll probably do is cut it down into like 3 or 4 separate pieces. What I normally do. It's like with this one here, she's got to go over the gun and then drop into position onto that. So we can literally have to get that to sit in there, but if we'll go over that part to actually make that look right on there. So we're going to have some fun with this piece now, I think, first. And see if we can get that sort of semi-set into place. One way I can normally do that is I'll put that like so. While it's still wet. There we go. And then hopefully, just to make things a little bit easier. See if I can get camera down a bit more. There we go. When it comes to actually going around, because then you're not struggling to try and get it all the way over the barrel with these ones. Come here. So instead of struggling to get it over the barrel, I can then just down like so. Doesn't help that it's just slightly wider. Go. So it's now into position. And then we get the top half. Like so. And going that's there. Okay. Well, what I'm going to probably do with this one is try and just do that. And that should then get that to sit into position. Like so. There we go. So that's that piece in. Then what I should be able to do is just cut that. And remove that bit. Because we're not really going to notice that little tiny bit's going to be missing. But the rest of the decal is now in position. Like so. Just move a little bit. Okay. There we go. All the way up there. And there we go. So we have the first little bits in position. So we've got that piece in. And like I said, with this bigger piece, I'll be cutting it down into smaller sections. One, it just makes it a lot easier to handle. Come on, Wayne. Okay. And then we'll set it over. I'll set it up onto it bit by bit. This way. Just makes life a little bit easier when putting these size decals on. Let's get down into sections. Okay. Good. Then Bring that over a bit more. Okay, we'll be right back in a second. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Oh. Yep. Let's see. Just try to get this to sit into the position I want it. Yes, and I know you're not supposed to use your fingers, but when it comes to doing these ones, it's just sometimes a bit easier. Okay, let me get the other piece. Okay, I'll get you in there. We might as cut these out and get these ready. That one. And these should, in theory, be the last ones I'm going to put on this model tonight, because it's pretty much pointless going into doing all these other really tiny ones. So yeah, we can do. As I said, I'll do the rest of the smaller decals at a later date, and I'll probably end up showing that on next week's show when I start up with the AWACS. So hopefully tonight we'll carry on with working a bit more on this piece, get this done, and We should be able to join that piece up like so. There we go. It's getting there. It just makes life a lot bit easier when you're doing it this way than trying to wrap that whole piece round in one go. As you all know, we all have our own different techniques of doing stuff. We've got Johnny joining us this evening. Good evening, Johnny. Welcome to the show. Cora, I think you're saying evening, Johnny, and Johnny's going potty break. Yep. These things happen. And then we've got Johnny saying hello to Cora, and you've got Marcus saying hi to Johnny, and then Johnny saying hi to Marcus. And then Johnny's going, be right back with a question. Fair enough, Johnny. I will answer it if I can. Right. Oh. Oh. And there we go. We have a sharky mouth. Well, part of the jaws anyway. All sorted. No, my luck, I've probably put them on upside down, but hey ho. These things happen. Get off my finger. I should be able to now stick that back into position. Like so. And the next part is we will get and now these are going to be probably too big for me to get in the pot. I might be able to get away with it like I did before. I'll just bend them slightly like that. Just gently, and then be able to push it down into the pot and bring it out. There we go. Yeah, but as you can see, it's coming along nicely. So yeah, quite happy with it so far. So I'm going to turn it round. Oh. Now this is the fun part. I've got to line this up with a number of other parts, and then hopefully well, that's not around. That's there. Seem right. I want to sit there right at the moment. Okay. I'm going to do something different here. Hopefully it should help it move around a bit more. Oh, come on, don't start being a swine. Put that one into position now. I'm going to okay, so yep, that piece in position, I think, the that would explain why them bits are there. So now, we do have some smaller pieces to go into place, which is 4L and 4. So we need 4. Where the friggin' else? Oh, it goes up the top there. Which one? It's going. Ooh, knock the coffee over on the arm of the chair. Don't want to do that. Well, I can actually get to it. Oh! Not that one. 5L. So, let's see. We've got right, every kit needs at least one bit put on wrong. Yeah, well, we did that earlier and sorted that out. We all know that Ross would put one bit on wrong. Yep, always guaranteed. But I do generally fix it. So, yeah. Then you've got Cora Pink saying, lol, definitely. Nice for your support, love. Or is this the case of all of them, Cora? Nope, just the one piece. That's gone wrong. But we have got it sorted. What's going on with that bit? That's definitely not. It's supposed to sit underneath the other bit, I don't know. But either way, I don't want it there. Strange that there's no actual markings underneath that bit, and it's I've touched that with some white paint. My fault for not looking at it properly, but there you go. But yeah, that's half a sharky mouth almost in place. Now 6L, where's that going? You've got to go on there. So bottom pieces are 2 little bits of his teeth, that's it. Tiny little bit. Off. Go. Like that. Yeah, I've got the other next bit ready in position behind me, ready to go. And let's see, got copying say he did put one bit on wrong on this, but he fixed it all. Yeah, I did. You've got Johnny saying, okay, do you need to thin Vallejo metal colour chrome paint? If so, what to thin it with? Depends on which one you're using. But most Vallejo paints you can use directly from the pot. Now, is it the metal colour? It's I think, do you mean this one? If so, that one you should be able to use straight from the pot. It's designed to go straight into the airbrush without any thinning. Some people do like thinning it, but I've even used this as a brush paint. It may take a couple of coats, but you can actually use it as a brush paint as well. But yeah, but these ones, the metal colour ones, are actually designed to go straight into airbrushes without any thinning whatsoever on the Vallejo one. Now, I'm not sure about any other brands, but I know quite a few others do need some thinnings or other like that. I suppose in a way it also depends on what size nozzle you're putting it through. I mean, the best person to ask about the thinning of paints and everything is probably Fred from Modelers United. Now, he does a lot more airbrushing than I do. I mean, I don't actually do any airbrushing. So, all my stuff's basically hand painted from start to finish. So, yeah, but I do know that any of the Vallejo metal colours or even the Vallejo metallics, they're all designed to go straight into the airbrush and be used straight from the airbrush without any thinning whatsoever. Yeah, acrylic through airbrush. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that one's actually designed not to be thinned. You just put it straight in as is. I think a lot of people do fire that through a 0.5 nozzle. Again, if Colin's still around, he'll probably be able to answer a bit better on that question than me, because most people know that I actually do only brush paint. I do have 3 airbrushes, but I just don't use them. I mean, I got my first airbrush was a cheap Chinese knockoff one that my lovely wife bought me. Then I got my hands onto a Testors Aztec airbrush. I think it's a 3.5. Yeah, try a slightly bigger nozzle, because I know with Vallejo it does have a tendency to block, and especially if you start blowing it at a higher pressure through it. So just look at your pressure rate, and because of the heat of the actual pressure of it going through, it will then block the actual nozzle, that I found when I was doing mine. So it's forever sort of like unblocking my nozzle because of it that way. But yeah, it's typical. I got that one on first time. So if you try and blowing paint through a airbrush, or even like I do when I'm doing my full size 1-to-1 spraying, if you try and blast it through too quickly, the heat of the actual paint traveling through the actual nozzle and with the air, it actually heats it up as you're making it all misty, and you're just sort of like dispersing the paint. That way it sort of like causes it to block up and, well, dry up and block your nozzle. Hence the reason when you look at like the industrial air sprayers like I've got, even though it's a HVLP, you'll see a build up of paint around the nozzle area, and that's generally because it's generated by the heat of the actual paint going through the nozzle. So that will actually cause it then to block up a lot quicker. I think that's one of the reasons why I think Fred sprays at something like 8 psi. So it sort of stops that from happening so much, I suppose. I wouldn't know really. I mean, you'd have to ask Fred on that from United Modelers. But he can't remember what the paints he uses now. Oh, let me get rid of that. Right, so I don't. I'm not sure what paint I think he uses. Remember right? But yeah, it's just getting the balance right, mate. Once you've got that balance sorted out, then you should be able to work out where you're going with it. But as like I said, I'm not an expert when it comes to airbrushing. There's a lot more qualified people out there, as I call them, me, when it comes to that. But yeah, as I said, Fred at United Modelers, he'll be able to put you on the right track. So I hope that was helpful to you. The last two little bits going on with this, and then we'll stick the rotors on, and then you'll be able to see what it roughly looks like now that practically everything's on it. So I'll get all the small ones done off air, and then it's going to be a bit easier for people to see it, and then I'll take some pictures up. And if you support me through my Buy Me a Coffee, you'll find pictures of it going up on there as well. So you're in the picture gallery there if you actually support me through Buy Me a Coffee. I think so. Yeah, you're welcome, Johnny. Not a problem. But whether I've actually helped you or not, different matter. Get these little teethy marks here. Come on. Wait, come on. It's a pain now. Gotcha. There we go. Johnny's saying my airbrush is the one that Micro Mark sells. That is the brush and compressor in one piece. I mean the like a little black box type one. But you should have a air pressure controller on the side of it. Is that the type of one you're on about? I think you can get them from... Yes, I'm not too sure which one you're on about there, mate. But I think, yeah. So, okay, that's how we're going to go with the decals from that one tonight. We've got the main ones on. What we're doing now is we'll stick the rotor on. Just temporarily. Like so. That's the main rotor. Then we'll get the tail rotor. Like so. And there we go. We have the Viper sorted out mainly, bar the minor small decals. But as I said, these other small ones which are all on the bottom here, we will sort them out off there, because I don't think you want to see me spending like an hour and a half just trying to put all them on. So yeah, that'll be my fun little jog tomorrow while I'm watching the Vesta show, Sunday brunch. So we'll get that done then. So you can see it's got all the major ones on, so you can see the sharp mouth is on. We'll get some pictures of sorted out on that, but as I said, if you go on to support me through my Buy Me a Coffee, you'll then get to see the first pictures of this when it's all fully done on my page there, and that way you get the ship. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the way that's turned out so far. So we'll stick that to one side, and then I'll show you what will be next. So next up is this little box, which is the... Oh, hello. Hey, Rex. Get some things in the way. Out of the way a bit. Move Mr. Camera up a little bit. There we go. Ha! So there. That's next up on the bench, which is the Boeing E3 AC AWACS. This is the Helikit, and it's a 1/72nd scale. So yeah, that's what's next up. So we should hopefully get that one started next week. I've just realised it's actually 11:30 already. Have a quick look at the instructions there. Get out of the way. So don't need that bit. So yep, these are markings that I'll be using on it. Now there is another option, which is the NATO version, which is a slightly different section of decals. But I've decided I'm going to go with the Air Force version on this one. And yeah, NATO one, which is going to be those markings there. But the reason why I'm not doing that one at the moment is I know I haven't got the blue gloss paint to actually do the marking there, because that's all blue gloss. Now I don't have enough of that in stock at the moment, or even the correct blue. So if I do manage to get the right gloss paint for it, I will then probably do those markings. But it's going to be fun to work out, because you've got to have all the right measurements of how far the wavy lines and everything like that comes. So that would be a rather interesting layout. But yeah, so we've got Colin jump back on. It's the so Johnny's going, it's the battery powered one, Ross. Only a screw to adjust the pressure a little. It's something like 8 psi. Johnny, I haven't had any experience with that airbrush. As I said, now that Colin's back in the stream, you might be able to ask him. I mean, if Colin can look at what you've put up, he might be able to give you a better idea about what sort of like pressure and that like you run it at, and whether he has any idea of what that type of compressor is. I mean, I don't, so I can't really give any more sort of information on that. And then Colin saying that looks mint, matey. Yep, it's actually going to be quite a nice one. This will be the second one I've built, due to the fact that the little monsters, they're upstairs in bed at the moment. They decided to destroy the first one. So there's not a lot of parts to this kit, but she is quite a big aircraft once she's put together. I've got the markings for the other one, but from my excuse, that's the markings for the NATO one. So yeah, I will be getting another one of these and then doing it with my NATO markings, if I can't get the blue paint that I want for it. I can't exactly find out, well, when I actually find out what the proper markings paint is. It's all down there. So yeah, but look, there's not exactly a lot to go together on these, but I am actually looking forward to doing it again. I think hopefully, yes, this is actually a newer version to the one that I've actually built before. Now this one, the actual dish on the top does actually rotate. Now on the other one I built, it didn't. So yeah, and it looks like the tail moves as well. Okay, yeah. So it should be a bit more of an interesting build. So yeah, we'll get on with that one next week. Hopefully that should all get sorted, and that's the markings we'll be using. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Should be another big bird. So yeah, that'll be the Hella 1/72 AWACS. Now the wife picked that kit for me to do, because she saw it there, and I said basically, which one out of these two you want me to build, and that was either a Hercules or the AWACS, and she picked the big box, which was the AWACS. But we do have the Hercules to do next, if you can.
Oh, it's a big box. I want big box.
Yeah. That's the Hercules bird that I'll be doing afterwards. So then that's these two. In the wife's ideas, it's two big boxes out the way then. So that's the, by all accounts, she's just informed me that's the reason why she wants me to do the AWACS, because it's a big box and it's out the way. So there. Okay, we'll go back up to face cam. There we go. So yeah, do apologise about all the little mishaps and everything in the show today. But hopefully I haven't bored you too much with doing decals and everything like that. And there's one thing I did forget to do, and that was actually show you the blister that I've been working on. And this is the Warhammer piece. But never mind, we'll show you that next time. So I'll say good night for now. And I hope you've enjoyed the stream with mishaps and all, and putting decals in the wrong place and everything. So for that, I'll say touchy bye for now. Stay safe and happy modelling.